Lately, there has been a few door edge tools that have really evolved. Now, I don't know what's going on, but these type of tools seem to be on the hot list now. We all have came across where you have to fix door edges. In most cases, you had two chances to fix them, slim and none. Well, now there's a pretty simple but effective tool that is used in conjunction with a mini lifter. It's called the Edge Jack tool, made by Shane Jacks. Now, I'm going to mention two mini lifters. Now, the ones I found to work the best and lift and fit pretty well were the common lifter from Anson, Dent Craft, PDR Finesse, and Ultra Dent tools. They all seem to sell the same one. The lifter I found to also work well is the Robo Lifter from Kiko. But before I get into that, I want to get over the aesthetics of this simple Shane Jacks Edge Jack tool. Now, it's made from aluminum and has a slot on the inside so that you can use to attach the mini lifter to. On the other side, you'll notice a threaded hole. This will allow you to use any common screw-on tip of your choice, mainly the USA. I don't know about the Europeans, probably not. But this design was created to have the mini lifter placed on the outer lip of the edge, while the threaded tip side makes contact from behind the panel or the bent lip. Now, you'll want to slightly tighten the lifter until there is no wiggle. I explain more in detail at denttrainer.com about the different tips and benefits. Now, on our first vehicle we did, I had my student Sonny do the repair. We first started with the Robo Lifter. Now, the one big advantage with the Robo Lifter is that you can tilt and adjust the angle you want to pull from. For the most part, it worked well. But at times it kind of slipped because you need it to stay steady in place.
Let's see, get focused. Lift your hand up just a little bit, Sonny. See how he's got it? Hold on, wait, take your finger off it. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so he's got it right on that edge, you guys. And he's using the Robo Lifter. He's got the feet pinned to it. I'm just gonna watch it from right here. Let's see how it works. Yeah, get your feet, put your finger down just a little bit. There you go. Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Think you keep this off?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see how this bends right here. There you go. Yeah, it's already bending already. It's bending straight. So you got to keep the feet kind of flat on that edge. And it's important that you use a lifter with nice feet. Otherwise, you're going to be denting it more. Nice. Good job. And what he's doing, he's kind of working for the deepest area, then kind of touching it up from the other sides, other area. You can see it's really starting to kind of take shape a little bit. Yeah. How's it working, Sonny? Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's just that backing from the edge. So look already.
That was from the hit though.
Yeah, that's from the hit. Yeah, that's fine. But look at the edge. Just take that away for a second. Look at the edge, guys. It's starting to come almost back to normal. That's pretty good. You can see that. Nice. So what are you doing, Sonny? Tell me what you're doing. Why are you messing with the feet a lot? We're so we can tell the viewers why are you doing that?
Just to balance the pushes so the machine doesn't slip.
Got it.
So that's when I had Sonny change the lifter to the silver one. The advantage of this one is that it's stationary and it fits perfectly in the slot area of the Edge Jack tool.
There you go. Nice. The feet, make sure it don't, and you do use a mini lifter, make sure it's got soft feet. I can't stress enough how important it is to have soft feet on a lifter.
The advantage with this one is that it's stationary and it fits perfectly in the slot area of the edge jack tool. We're able to have a bit more control, and you'll find you really want to keep the feet flat and balanced too. We found the edge jack tool worked very well in this application. For more precise and detailed finishing, we switched up the tip to a sharper one. Now you'll find it didn't come out absolutely perfect, but a huge benefit. This was a test on someone's vehicle that had a nasty bent lip. We're pretty happy with this result, and the customer was too. Now, as far as the motorcycle fender lip, this tool made it a whole lot easier. Now, I didn't realize this fender was aluminum until I arrived. In general, it would have been a very hard task using a rod or a flat bar to push this dent across the edge. But the jack edge tool made it all too easy. Although I didn't have much footage, mainly because my customer was watching me and asking me a lot of questions, I really didn't get a chance to take my time with the footage. Now, I do have to mention, you should use heat when you're working on a dent like this, especially this deep, or for that fact, any dent that's across an edge or that you're going to be fixing. Heat is going to make the paint much more flexible and less likely to crack or crack more if you're doing this type of repair, especially if you're working in cold conditions.
It's working pretty good. Okay, pulling some of it out. So we'll keep working it.
Now there's some advantages and disadvantages when using a tool like this for this type of application. Now, the good thing about it is that the feet or the apparatus allows you with the mini lifter to pin down the metal and allow you to lift up that metal a lot easier, or that crease on that lip. The disadvantage is that the feet will actually create more lows if you're not careful. And we do show that in Dent Trainer and showing how to avoid that using a couple techniques, but still you have to be very, very careful in these circumstances. Now, I used the wooden tip from Ultra Dent Tools and added some leather to prevent slipping and dampen the contact as well to minimize paint from cracking as well.
I've used this tip right here, and it's looking pretty good. I've got a little bit of a lip bend right here, so I'll straighten that out. I think with a regular tool, be able to get some leverage on that. But it looks really, really good so far. This really did about 80% of the meat, 90% with this connected together. So really, really happy with the results so far.
Now, you did hear me say I'm going to use a rod to try to finish out the rest. That didn't work either. The only thing that worked was that edge jack tool that was able to finish out the rest of that. Now, I had to be very, very careful, and again, I show a technique on the extended version of this review and tutorial on Dent Trainer. So it'll probably be about another, I don't know exactly, I'm in the middle of editing it, so I'm kind of jumping the gun, but you will have at least another 5 or 10 minutes more of tutorial about some techniques that will save you some frustration when you're using it. Nothing against his tool, it's just some techniques that you're going to want to check out. But for the most part, I finished it out. It looked really good, as you can see here. And again, I didn't shoot a lot of footage of everything because of my customer was there. So anyways, let's get on to the last little segment when we first got it, kind of jumping around here. But this is when my technician was first using it. Now, we're using a Dent Gear mini lifter. It really wasn't meant for it, but we got it to work anyhow, and you can see a little bit of results here.
We're going to take a test. You can see this has got pretty good damage on the edge. It's not going to be perfect, but we're gonna try to make this flat again, at least straight.
Now, I'm not trying to make any excuses, but maybe I am. But if you notice that this thing's got a nice crease about right in front of it, about a good inch in front of the door lip. Now, you'll notice after we're done, it's really that lip or that crease did not go down. It didn't really make that any better. we might have been able to tap that down. We didn't actually try, but you'll see towards the end. But all in all, it did help out with the lip. But that is probably why it, and when you look in the end result, you're like, well, that really didn't do much. Well, technically it did. But we also used the wrong tip, as you'll see why as you watch the rest of this. So you'll probably learn not just how to use it, but how not to use it. So we're doing all the damage for you. We're using R4 tip, but you can see why that's not such a good idea to use that on this application. And we've got this little apparatus right here. Now you can use a sharper tip on here. If you want to prevent it from really marking it up, you just put a R4 with a cherry tap on here, and John's going to demonstrate how it's set up. Now he's using a mini lifter with it because this is going to pin it down and kind of give you more stability on it. There he goes. He's connecting it right there. He can see right through the center right there point. He can line it up to the sharpest point, and he just does it like he's going to be glue pulling, but he's just pulling it the tip closer to the edge. All right, John, go ahead. It's the first time John's using it. What do you think so far, John? Is it doing anything?
I think it'll make it a lot softer, less impact on than trying to hammer it out.
Yeah.
So you'll get a cleaner result. I like how the pads.
And you're not using the right mini lifter. Of course, we're kind of like.
Yeah, mine
it's kind of just.
Well,
like
mine just adjusted
it
to.
It just went into the. Now you heard that pop. That pop was the fork of the mini lifter. Basically prong that clipped right into the groove of the edge jack tool. So it does have a slot, and it clipped right in there after he was applying pressure. Now notice that John's actually turning the handle as he's squeezing, because obviously the lip is coming out and the mini lifter gets a little loose, so you're going to have to tighten it as you go to keep more pressure on there and keep a good just a good bite on the lip to make sure you don't have any play. So anyhow, that's pretty much how it's working. We'll just watch the rest of the clip, and then I'll give you my final thoughts.
Yeah, it went into the groove, so even better.
Yeah, we're using John's. I'm not using my fancy ones I have. But it looks like it's straightening out. I can see the edge. Maybe go a little bit past a little bit. See the edge coming back. Keep the mini lifter feet straight, okay? I'll flush on that. That's how you're gonna get it more flush, yeah. There you go. Pull it off, let me see. Let me take a look. Yeah, on the edge. Notice how John's keeping the feet flush on the thing. Don't have it angled, because then you're just gonna keep it more. It's gonna still bend, but there you go. Much better. So that's a quick first time dirty look at it, how it's working. All right, guys. I know the last example wasn't the best example, but I think it's an example that more benefit on what not to do. Don't ever use metal tips. Don't use a rubber cap over the metal tip, because it will go through and mar it. Use the plastic tips. You'll be fine. If you want to see a full version, the extended version of this whole thing, go to denttrainer.com. Subscribe. I think you'll really like what we have to showcase and show you. There's a lot more to this video, and I think you'll appreciate some of the tips and techniques that I advise. Would this tool be beneficial to you? Heck yeah. Do I highly recommend it? Heck yeah. And again, if you guys notice, I don't do videos putting down people's tools. I'll actually promote it if it's a really good tool and I believe in it. And I think you guys will really have big benefits and make some money on this tool. So it really saved my butt, and I'm sure it will with you. I'm Mike Toledo. Hey, you guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to as well if you can. Please do so, and I'll keep the videos coming. Thanks a lot, and check us out on denttrainer.com, and you can visit me on denttime.com. Thank you.